Good evening. Welcome to my first review in a series of reviews of single malt Scotch. My name's Greg Allum and I am new to whisky, so it's a journey for me. It's more of a stumbling destination, as we're all probably familiar with drinking whisky. As you know, on YouTube there's people like Ralphie who record a lot of reviews. They're up to over 500 and I can only hope to get to that level. So my palate and my nose is very new, so it'll be interesting to see my evolution over the next few years whilst drinking these single malt scotches and presenting them to you. Hopefully they'll be of use. You can subscribe to my channel or add some comments underneath, and that'll be helpful in this journey. So today I'm reviewing a favourite of mine, or a new favourite I should say, as I've only recently discovered this single malt Scotch. Actually got it from Waitrose. It sounds very middle class, doesn't it? But this whisky is called Aberlour A'bunadh push pineapple against the tree, and it's a Speyside whisky, and it's been brewed in or sealed in sherry oak casks. So I expect it to be quite well robust with its sherry flavours. So how I think that I'll review these whiskies is tell you a little bit about the whisky, which I've just done. Again, I don't know too much about it. What I do know is that this is its 50th batch. So there's been 49 before this, and each one has varied in quality and tasting notes. Number 13 was exceptionally good apparently, 48, 49 less so. But this is the half century, you know, he's had a good innings, and this is where I've stepped into taste. So it's one of my favourite ones. At the moment, out of all the whiskies I've tried. So what I'll do is then tell you, put my nose in the whisky, have a little bit of a sniff around, and tell you the sort of taste and smells that it conjures up. And I do that in a unique way. You know, this is my own belief in how I describe the whiskies. And at the end, I will give you a malt mark, sort of out of 100, how I think the whisky actually is, and then we can look at other whiskies and compare and contrast. So, without further ado, let me get my nose into the glass and have a smell of this whisky. And immediately you can tell that it's a strong whisky. It's actually 59.6% from the cask. I've watered this down a bit, some good English tap water. Not too much, I can still smell that intensity, that sherryness. When people first taste whiskies, they say that they can often smell baby sick. It doesn't really sort of conjure up baby sick. For me, it's more, strangely enough, sort of baby diapers, in fact, or nappies, you know, as we call it in the UK. It's like a mound of 3-day-old baby nappies. Quite powerful, actually, quite pungent. There's also at the back, right at the back, there's this sort of citrus fruit. Again, like a mound of citrus fruit, like, you know, good 4 or 5 oranges just sort of stacked there, right at the back, just coming through. And let me just taste it. I think tasting would really help here. And you can really taste the alcohol in that. That's really strong, you know. It may need a bit more watering down, but what it does, it reminds me of my grandmother actually, and she was obsessed with lilies. So I think I can sort of taste the tannin, strange enough, of lilies, like the stamens, and like a big bunch of lilies in a vase. And yeah, definitely lilies there. There's definitely what else? And yeah, it's a whiskey that keeps you robust. You know, something that reminds me of, you know, you'd have a bit of this and you just wouldn't need a pair of trousers. You know, you just walk out in pants and slippers. That's all you need, you know, for this. And it's quite proud, you know. There's a proudness to this whisky. I think it's roaring. You know, there's a rawness to it. Very much like a lion with big hair. Anyway, it's an interesting, complex character. Rather like myself, and I'd like to give it a malt mark. I think I've written this down here. I've got a few of my taste notes, and I think they come through again in my notes. It's yeah, diapers or nappies here. You know, sort of orange citrus lilies. Yeah, sort of, yeah, boxer shorts I've got here for some reason. I don't know why I've written that. Anyway, so my malt mark for the Aberlour, also Aberlour A'bunadh, Agadoo, push pineapple, shake the tree, is 91 out of 100. There we go. Anyway, that concludes my review. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoy your evening, and hopefully you'll go and sample a fine bottle of batch 50 of Aberlour A'bunadh. I look forward to presenting another whisky in the series, so look out for review number 2. Thanks for joining me. Good evening.